Yes, sir. We're back again. Doing what, you ask? Getting these rants off. That's what we're doing. All right. Now, I said last week, Beast World in 6. It's looking like we won it in 5. All right. Because what we did last night against the goddamn Astros was magical. I'm talking about midway through the 8th inning, no, 7th inning, you get back-to-back home runs by Dansby Swanson, motherfucker Rosario. Putting us 2 runs ahead. That shit was amazing. All right. I was like, God damn, we're going crazy right now. And it can be replicated. That's what I'm saying. Like, the point is that A, we're out here. B, Houston can't cheat themselves out of this one. This is an ass whooping they're receiving. All right. Bottom line. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't see us blowing the 3-1 lead. And I honestly, at this point, can say this shit with confidence, like legitimate confidence, that we cannot blow this lead. It's not happening at all. This isn't the Falcons, all right? So, crown us. Roll out the red carpet, behold the applause, I guess you could say.
I find that very funny because if by some way, shape, form, fashion that they do blow the 3-1 lead, I am going to be intolerable.
Usually I am a fucking skeptic about these things. Usually I'm like, yeah, this is Atlanta sports still at the end of the day. So they are going to find some way to fucking blow it. But bro, this team is essentially untouchable.
They said that in 98 about the Falcons.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but at some point, at this point, it's got to come back to Cobb County. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We haven't lost a game at home all postseason. We're winning the World Series, Kenny, one way or another.
I believe you. I truly do. And I'm very hopeful for you. I want to throw you a party.
You know what I mean? Like, this is it. Lucchini.
With that being said, will the Braves win and restore your faith in the Falcons?
Fuck no. What? No. You crazy? Falcons are an organization of losers. The Braves apparently aren't. Sure, they made some questionable moves in order to get them to this point, but
all I know is y'all better not lose the World Series.
Because if we're being honest, I kind of like went to a period of like passive watching, even more passive than I am now, of just, going through the motions. Like if I see a Braves game on TV, all right, they're my favorite team and nothing else is on, I guess I'll tune in. But I just wouldn't watch it because like they got rid of James McCann because McCann is a bit of a wild boy. All right, whoop-de-doo. They try to like, be the gatekeepers of the whole bat flip and shit. It's like, yo, y'all are not making this baseball shit any more fun than it barely is. So it's like, how can I root for you? However, we're here now. But what really fucks it up for me is fucking Trump there, and he's encouraging the tomahawk chop. Why? Because people are against the tomahawk chop, and there's nothing he enjoys more than being for something people are against. That is for good reason. That's just how the game goes. The motherfucker's just gonna be a fan of and encourage things that are detrimental to the progress of this country. And you dumb motherfuckers are gonna eat it up. So that being said, once we win this World Series, we're all going to sit down and have a nice long talk about why you motherfuckers don't like Native Americans. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I like tomahawks. They're fun to throw.
That's cool and all, but it's a bit insensitive. It's kind of like Trill Withers meme that one time. It was like cousin and the whole fucking Cleveland Indians get up and face paint with the headdress and everything. And he's like pointing at a guy, is like, and then the caption's like, actually, it's not offensive, and I'll tell you why, my friend. That's literally what it is. But in song and chant form. It's like, bro, it's one thing if you know, are showing a what's the one I'm looking for? Not inclusion, but if you're showing a support for a certain community, but at this point, it just kind of feels like appropriation. Like that's why you're doing it. Like you're hiding behind the veil of tradition, and it's like, yo, they ain't started doing the tomahawk chop until around Deion Sanders got there, around that time, maybe a little later. So it has been recent. I mean, it hasn't been, for a long period of time. It's been relatively recent as far as that team's history runs. So knock that shit off. I'm here to tell you first. I'm a motherfucker that like love doing the shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to do the shit all the time. But then after a certain point of time, you realize this doesn't feel right. I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. And the irony of it all is I have Native American in me. Mind you, my mom's not Black.
At this point. Oh, your mom's not Black?
No, she's white and Native American.
Oh, snap.
Right, so it's
I thought she was Black.
Right.
One time. You live your water.
Okay, there's Black in her. My biological grandfather was Black.
Sure.
But still, like dominant genes definitely went to Betty. Definitely. So like even then, I just didn't feel the need to do so. Plus the fact that Florida State does that shit, and I fucking despise Florida State.
I don't know, man. I think everything in this country is so divisive that any conversation that we have, someone's going to have a point to argue. And it's like,
well, everything in this country is so divisive because, again, it goes back to pre-show. There are people in this country that thinks that this country is the best fucking thing ever, even when the 101 problems with the country are constantly staring them right in their faces. They don't care because it doesn't affect them. These are the people that, have achieved the American dream. So it's a lack of awareness, self and otherwise. That's why this country is divisive.
well,
Nobody give a fuck about anybody but themselves, and that's how this country was designed after a certain period of time. It got to a point where it's like, all right, it's Phantom Canon's edit. Dog eat dog.
Waste of time.
That's just the way it goes. However, live via satellite, it is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am Carlos Crawford. It's Sunday. You know what that means. It's Halloween. That's what that means.
Yeah, no candy for us because we too old.
Yeah, speak for yourself, motherfucker. I got nieces. So and a nephew. So you can speak for yourself on that one. However, alongside with me is my good buddy and co-host, Kenny Whitaker. Kenny, well, we see how you're feeling right now. You're not getting any candy unless you buy it for yourself.
Well, I got some candy last night at the church thing. They had candy, so it's a little bit candy, but it's not like candy that you.
Is it good candy?
Yeah, they had good candy. You know what I'm saying? Some Twixes in there,
All right, cool.
Some Snickers, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Because if it was like regular schmegular shit, then you played yourself. Like
no, it was Hershey bars. I got cream bars.
I say you play yourself like you're not a fan of candy corn, which I'm very disappointed in you. And so
listen, I am proud to love candy corn, mostly because it pisses a lot of you people off. And I love to piss a lot of people off of stupid things like candy corn. You get your blood pressure up in a tizzy for candy corn. You, my friend, are an idiot.
It doesn't piss me off. It disgusts me.
If you let it sway any emotion of yours.
Who the fuck is eating sugar wax?
Same people that are eating pineapple on pizza. Which, by the way, I am one of those people.
And that's my problem, okay? Like, the only fruit that belongs on the pizza is tomato.
Listen, here's the thing y'all don't get. Humans are complex individuals. So guess what? Nobody gonna like what you like all the time. Just because you don't like it, don't mean you poo-poo on it.
Yeah, but some things are just absolutely undisputed. And if it is going against the grain, they may or may not be a serial killer. That's just
some things are undisputed. Some things are undisputed. Having to not like candy corn is not one of them.
Candy corn, Peeps, circus peanuts, and regular flavored licorice.
I like candy corn. I like Peeps. I do not like circus peanuts.
You might as well.
And I don't like licorice at all. Like I don't like Twizzlers at all. So
I got nothing against cherry or strawberry flavored Twizzlers. Right?
I don't like Twizzlers at all.
Flavored. I'm not a fan of.
I don't like Twizzlers at all. I don't like licorice at all.
Not a big fan of red vines.
So you take your nasty licorice. I'll take my delicious candy corn. And we'll call it a trade-off. How about that?
Because from the sound of things, you like regularly around this time enjoy candy corn.
Yeah, I don't get any other time.
Yeah, I like occasionally around this time eat a Twizzler. Like out of all the candy I'm eating, I'm probably gonna eat one, maybe two Twizzlers. I'm not gonna eat a lot. I just because I'm on the side of licorice to a certain extent does not mean I'm gonna ride for it.
You're already riding for it. You ride for it over candy corn.
I'm riding against candy corn because that is a treat of, again, a shoe bomber. So I just don't like, I'm not understanding how come you could eat gelatin wax sugar, like, and not even good gelatin wax sugar. This is like an offensive tasting gelatin wax sugar. this isn't like, a jawbreaker or anything of that type, like lemon heads. I fucking love it, lemon head. But this is a lemon head quality, Kenny.
Lemon heads are nasty.
You have a terrible taste palette.
And I don't believe that. And I don't believe they're nasty. I just want to do that to watch your reaction of me not liking something. Which is my whole problem with this whole candy corn debacle.
That's my reaction. I just completely attack your palate.
Exactly. This is the problem with society, because people attack.
If you don't like lemon head, coward.
If you don't like candy corn, you're a coward.
No. Because I've had candy corn, and again, that tastes.
How long ago was that? Palates change when you get older, right? You might eat a piece of candy corn and enjoy it very much, but you won't know that because you're closed-minded of not liking candy corn because you had it at 9.
2 years ago, maybe. Because that's when motherfuckers were really raving about how good candy corn is. I was like, I don't buy that.
I've been raving about candy corn since I was little.
Candy corn tastes like a mixture of a hint of banana with like fucking trying to give you another familiar flavor. There's another familiar flavor.
You can't, because candy corn is a flavor of its own.
Yeah, but I'm trying to tell you what it tastes like to me and why I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
It tastes like you're a hater.
Then the consistency is.
For someone who don't like candy corn, you sure got a lot of valid descriptions about it, concise descriptions about it. Most people, when they don't like something, they just leave it alone.
Like undisputed in every aspect, the worst possible candy you could eat, candy corn. I just can't get down with candy corn.
Trevor Lawrence threw a very bad pick right now. And while you're sitting here talking about people on candy corn, I'm gonna go see if I can find some candy corn in my living room.
Please don't do that. I'm begging you. We have a show to do. Come on.
I'll be right back.
Come on, man. Friends don't do this. Come on, man. Guys. This week we are going to review Smackdown from today. However, back from 2002. This week, this episode of Smackdown, we see a Halloween party go down, and we also see.
I didn't really want to find candy corn. I just wanted to get my bag full of candy. I really just wanted candy. I don't have candy corn, but I do like candy corn.
I defend by calling you a bag of shit, but that looks like a pretty sweet bag of candy.
Yeah, it is. It's got Sour Patches. I got Twix, Smarties, Butterfingers, Hershey, Walkers.
Because I just have this bag of Reese's, and I barely even like Reese's.
And a Blow Pop.
Now I'm just inclined to go buy candy later.
Well, it's the day for it. Actually, you go tomorrow when they're on discount sale. That's what you get.
Yes, sir. You already know.
I never buy Halloween candy on Halloween because no kids trick or treat in my house. So why would I go spend high price for candy until I get to like 70% off? Then I just
because you're still an adult that likes candy. So stop playing with me. Like, you are an adult and you still have a sweet tooth. You're always going to love fucking candy. That's just how it's going to go.
And now that I'm adult, I love discounted candy more. Why? Because I'm cheap.
Like that is going to be hilarious. Well, you watch that. However, as I was telling the audience, Kenny, before you went to grab your bigger candy, which now I'm just compelled to grab this Reese's that I have in here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Halloween. Eat some candy.
Why the hell not, right? You know what I'm saying? So Pop's got a brand new bag. We're gonna take some water as well because again, I'm washed. And then
You know what we should have did?
what we should have done?
And I'm mad. I'm thinking about it now. We should have ranked the best Halloween candies.
I mean, if we can get this review done quick enough, we can still do that.
And that review's not going to be quick enough because our jokes are going to take up half of it. So
let's see what happens here. You know what I'm saying? We're only like a good 5-6 minutes into this episode.
all right.
Start. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about Smackdown from October 31st, 2002. Before we actually start talk about that, let's discuss what was going on around the time, because behind the scenes there was quite a bit going on. This was the time period of Katie Vick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically they were trying to get they were trying to take an attempt at dark humor, and it just completely failed. Just bottom line. Meltzer said now in 2002 he has the most talented roster he's ever had, and he can't figure out how to make stars out of any of them. Once again, ain't that the truth? Like, bro, like, here's the thing about Vince, and I'll shed some light about that during the review. Vince is completely out of touch in the sense that he's an egomaniac. Like, he thinks that everything he thinks as far as, you know, putting it to this company is completely genius. When in relativity, yeah. However, it doesn't exempt him from having stinkers of ideas, stinkers of plans, stinkers of ventures, stinkers of what have you, and becoming this giant. Like, you gotta lose to know how to win. But the best people, the best winners, acknowledge their L's. So Vince has this thing where, you know, if he thought it and it was funny, better believe that shit gonna be on the show.
With his milk dud head. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist it. It's a milk dud. You know how many times someone has called my head a milk dud?
Wow. So it's just a replica of you. All right, I get it. You're about to eat your
You too. You're not exempt. Everyone that's had their head called milk dud. That ain't got nothing to do with your head being said milk dud.
I was always in my defense of being called a milk dud. Like, how? Milk duds don't have hair. So
they don't have to have hair to have the shape.
And then I proceed to call motherfuckers sloth from the Goonies. So, where was I? Right. Vince has this thing where anything he thinks is, like, you know, funny or brilliant is going to be thrown on the TV. Now, a lot of the, you know, storylines that were done back in the day, they were, when you look back at them, pretty brilliant. Not all of them. Katie Vick is a perfect example. But the storylines were solid. So there's a genius in that. But the sense of humor, this motherfucker got the worst sense of humor ever. All about fart jokes and asses and just all types of rich weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? That's to my observation, that's been Vince's get down as far as humor goes. Whenever you get something weird or crude that wasn't DX's idea and it was a flop of an idea, it was probably Vince's idea or
I don't know.
somebody like or yes man to Vince.
I don't know. I like a good fart joke every now and then.
At this point, you got to be really good with it because we've seen them all. Yeah. So like, it's like, yeah, that's my thing. A lot of things for me, after a certain point, once the luster once the originality loses its luster, it's like, all right, how do you make it better? Now we got to make it better because then now it's just going to get stale. For me, things get stale quick. So, yeah, so shit like that. So that's the bottom line of it all. Like his ego is going to constantly get in the way of his genius in that company, and it's like a stall of trade, a fair trade of stalling, I guess you can say. Then not only that, but Angle killed Kane's character. There was rumors on Brock Lesnar fighting. That were kind of important. Martha Hart released the book Broken Hearts, The Life and Death of Owen Hart, and which Meltzer had a couple things to say about that, and it made me go, all right, Meltzer, I know I'm using your notes here, but we're fucking lax. You're wild. We ain't too wild, but it's like, all right, kind of siding with the company here. They're definitely in the wrong here. Some AAA star suffered a Sid Vicious like leg injury. The joint was snapping. The bone comes out. That's disgusting. Australian wrestler Nathan Jones is fielding some offers right now. Yeah, he hadn't gotten to the E yet. However, WWE and New Japan were flirting with him for a little while, which I thought was like, oh, that's neat. Superstar Billy Graham underwent a successful liver transplant that the past week. And Ron Killings has a new rap album called Invincible. Yes, it's spelled the way you think it is. The way you think it is. So obviously a reference to Vince McMahon. The single has been getting some airplay on Nashville's rap radio station. So I can't find anything from this album other than the cover. And even the cover was barely out there somewhere online. Not a single song or MP3 from this album seems to exist anywhere. Nada. How is that possible? It is. What's up? Long-standing single, dog.
Anyway, enough of that.
The advertised lineup for WWE's Rebellion UK pay-per-view was supposed to be headlined by Lesnar and Heyman versus Undertaker in a handicap match, but it's not just TV angle. Undertaker's wife Sarah really is due to give birth at any moment, and as a result, he's been pulled from the tour. Yeah, he was still married to Sarah. You remember that tattoo on his neck?
Yeah, before he got that thing covered up, boy.
You see it. Let's not be messy bitches though. Let's continue.
Yeah, let's get to the review now.
Well, speaking of pay-per-view lineups, WWE hasn't completely given up on long-term booking yet as of 2002 because Dave runs down the tentative lineup for next month's Survivor Series, even though none of it has been announced on TV yet and has most of it dead on, including some of the new multi-man gimmick match called the Elimination Chamber. They haven't introduced that yet.
Yeah. Dang, I only got one pack of Smarties. They're going crazy right now.
There's rumors that The Rock is up for the starting role in a live-action version of the Johnny Bravo cartoon. This was true, but it got stuck in developmental hell and never happened. Nigga, I heard about that shit happening 3-4 years ago. This has been going since 2002.
Just to let you know how much
Johnny Bravo is detox, nigga. That lets me know. WWE is signing a female Toronto indie wrestler named Felina, and she's expected to go straight to Smackdown. You won't believe who her real name is.
Ooh.
Gail Kim.
Well,
Yep. Then also turns out they're bringing in Nathan Jones for a 10-day tryout. He'll work some house shows and dark matches, and from there they'll decide if they want to sign him and what to do with him. They eventually figure it out. He's got the look and charisma, but he's awful in the ring. It showed. So time will tell. In a huge swing and a miss, Dave outright says he's got far more potential than Batista. Oh, can't win them all. Stephanie McMahon went on the Howard Stern show, and she talked about the whole love triangle between her, Triple H, and China, and how originally forbid them to date, so on and so forth. Then was said that Triple H proposed to her. He would say, yeah. And yeah. Apparently, Dave Chappelle was also there. There's been talk that Triple H should be involved in creative meetings anymore. Yeah, that's for true. And then letter section this week's chock full of letters from people who are done with the WWE after this Katie Vick angle, but you know how that shit go. Nobody care about them motherfuckers. But that, for good reason. There's a reason why they probably shouldn't have watched it ever again, because that Katie Vick angle was repulsive. But nonetheless, let's get to chop into this fable. October 31st, 2002 episode of Smackdown. The superstars are having a Halloween costume party. That's how this episode opens up. And you have Farouk, or Ron Simmons. You know, the motherfucker goes, damn! That nigga. He's dressed as the Godfather.
wow. It's time once again.
and this motherfucker is demanding that the waitresses get his money and their tips. I was like, God damn, man, he could have been a foil to the Godfather, like evil Godfather.
Godfather?
Chavo Guerrero and Eddie Guerrero are in the building. Eddie Guerrero's dressed as Zorro. I said, all right, Mexican superhero. Makes perfect sense.
Love it.
Yeah. Actually, Zorro makes perfect sense for Eddie to be, as far as Eddie's character goes, as a whole in WWE. Perfect. Now that I think about it in memory, damn.
Retrospect, yeah.
That was poetic. Yeah, like that. Chavo, however, is dressed like, and I said, Chavo is Clint Eastwood, Western extra. A motherfucker named Chavo, I guess.
I'm just Chavo.
So Los Guerreros are buzzing about their pending success. Disco King Tajiri hangs out with vampire Shannon Moore until slutty witch Stephanie McMahon calls for a speech. This motherfucking Tajiri's dressed as motherfucking Disco Inferno and shit. About, I'm gonna score. I said his words, not mine. With that costume, I thought he meant cook. You know what? Also, I said, hey, remember when Stephanie had her titties out? Jordan Peele, get it out.
I get into Stephanie's titties later.
So she announces that Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio are fighting in the main event later. And Rey nearly explodes for joy. Like this motherfucker jumps for joy. He takes a jello shot and shit. I said Rey Mysterio probably wears his mask all around the house sometimes. But she was like, tonight's main event will feature a man who wears a mask 365 days a year. And I was like, well, obviously it's Rey Mysterio. I was like, that motherfucker probably wears his mask around the house and shit, just cause on his free time, whenever he feels like it, cause it's a breeze on his head and shit.
It's funny you said that because when she said that, I was like, Kane? And I was like,
yeah. I would have guessed that too, actually. I was like, did he just take a Jello shot? Well,
yeah.
Brock Lesnar tonight. He is going to need it. Why is he excited? So we get the Smackdown entrance music, the beautiful people. Oh, so then directly after like the opening song, you get motherfucking Edge's Rob Zombie thing. Let's fucking go. I was fired the fuck up. Yeah, my Durango, number 95. That's how it goes to me. However, the building's packed with a hot crowd. Many fans are wearing Halloween masks and shit like that. I liked it. I liked how that atmosphere was like a costume party for the audience as well. There's a muddy pool full of chocolate by the stage. So
yes, sir.
That kind of night, unfortunately. Sorry, ladies. Our hosts tonight are Michael Cole and Taz, and boy, did these motherfuckers have me geeking on commentary. I took some notes on commentary. However, we get to the first match of the evening. We have Edge versus the one half of the tag team champions, Chris Benoit. We're deep into the SmackDown 6 era. Kenny, give me the SmackDown 6.
Notes. Halloween. This is the review, right? Yeah, the 6.
No, I mean in general. Like, do you know the SmackDown 6?
No.
I vaguely remember all 6. So let's.
Is it
3? Okay, so SmackDown 6 were Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, Chavo Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio, all whom were which in this episode. Now, the SmackDown 6 were the wrestlers or the superstars, if you will, that the show was essentially centered around. So, with that being said, these cups do kind of go crazy.
I just brushed all this can.
So Edge and Benoit are here to tear the fucking house down because they can. All right. It ended up being a pretty solid match.
Yeah, it is.
On Chris Benoit for Edge.
Yeah.
I mean, Edge for Benoit.
Yeah, I seen that. I said
injured his shoulder, some shit like that.
Right.
From Kurt Angle.
Right.
Chris Benoit worked on that, which is kind of funny because Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit are tag team champions, but they're in a I'm the tag team champions angle.
Right.
Chris Benoit is Intercontinental champ around this time, as well as tag champs with Perk, and then I'm the tag team champs angle. Cole said Raw signed Steiner during this match, not during this match, and I said he was around during that time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. It was great.
I gotta watch some Raw from 2002, though.
Yeah,
I gotta do that. However, it was one point where I want to say it was around the time Chris Benoit was doing the multiple German suplex. Taz like, he's got that machine-like emotion. Cole's like, machines don't have emotions. Taz goes, That's my point, Cole.
I put first things first. This is low hanging fruit for dark humor, but I progress as a human, so I won't make the joke.
Wait, still.
But I didn't make the joke, so.
I didn't make it a joke, but I did refer to it later in the show. Benoit and Angle ran Suplex City in the 2000s. That's for true.
That's for true.
I said, LMAO, what was the point in Angle distracting Benoit? I don't think there was one. All right. No. You see it? You see one? No. All right. All right, cool. And then now that it was such a pointless ass like distraction. Like he comes in, Benoit, like he gets Benoit's attention. He's like, oh, hit me. Edge like drop kicks him from inside the ring in a baseball slap fashion, knock them two out, and then like they come back in. Edge sets up for the spear. Benoit like reverse it with a crossface. Edge gets out of the crossface, actually nails the spear. Boom, 1, 2, 3. All right. So
before we get to the end, I was like, referee Brian Hebner. I was like, Brian Hebner? No. Where's Earl? We don't want you. We want your old man.
Well, damn.
Only Hebner I acknowledge is Earl.
Damn. Not even Earl's evil twin?
No.
Damn. That's
only
tough.
Hebner I acknowledge is Earl. Like he was fast counting. I'm like, see why your referee career didn't last long.
Come on, man. Give him a break, bro.
No, I will not.
So the winner of that match ended up being Edge. Now back to the Halloween party. John Cena is dressed as Vanilla Ice and drops his first ever rap on WWE television. You see, previously to this, Cena was presented as kind of a generic babyface upstart. He usually looked good against more experienced opponents, but generally lost to anyone not named Chris Jericho. Depending on who you believe, there was a possibility that Cena would be getting axed from the company, as WWE was heading to an era where they would mass fire a dozen or more names from the talent roster a few times each year. Sound familiar, don't it?
Yeah.
Imagine that Cena does not get this totally random chance to play a rapper at a costume party, and we never get the Master of Thugonomics or the Doctor of Thugonomics, and Cena never evolves into Hustle, Loyalty, Respect. WWE doesn't have their Undisputed Top Star of 2005 to 2015. I think about this a lot now in 2020 because it feels very much like the way WWE is produced. It is impossible for anyone to break out again. Or if they do, they face pushback from management. This random Halloween episode of Smackdown full of lame Vince-directed jokes ended up being so important in the grand scheme of WWE history, and that's fascinating and a little scary to me. Well, Mr. Writer person, I think that if John Cena was released, that'd be much better. But it is what it is.
I put John Cena with the Slim Shady flow. Boo. I just booed Cena. That's my instant reaction to Cena is just a boo. Like I don't even care who it is, a boo.
Let me give you my note on that. John Cena freestyle. Hey yo, boo this nigga. Shut the fuck up talking to me. Also, apparently, this is a Zach Fox Phantom podcast because that's two references right there. So
right, and then after immediately is a shot of Tori just coming in. I'm like, hello, Tori, and then it goes from Tori to Jericho smacking Mae Young, who's dressed as Marilyn Monroe.
I said Tori Wilson is dressed like Xena the Dominatrix. I said to Jerry Duck spitting at Tori, tries to move in on Marilyn Monroe, who winds up being Mae Young. So Don Marie comes in, dresses a cop along with Tori's pops. That nigga's dressed like Hey.
Like, what is happening? And that's what is happening at this Halloween party?
Yeah. Even the editor guys go. There's a lot going on. Later at the party, Chris Benoit storms in looking for Kurt Angle. He grills Ghostface Killer from Scream and moves on, with the punchline being that it turns out it was Kurt all along.
I put Benoit calling someone boy is giving me pseudo racist vibes.
You caught that too, huh?
Yeah.
I said someone in that audience is The Rock in blackface, and I don't like that shit. Triple H ain't even blackface when he did it.
Right.
You caught that.
And I did.
But yeah, I said Benoit's tight looking through the party for Angle's disguised as Ghostface. A stagehand asked Brock Lesnar, asked what Brock Lesnar is dressed as for Halloween. Annoyed, he says he's dressed as a WWE champion. You're really champion, Brock. That's not a okay. Fine, whatever.
I put Paul Heyman talking about the Terminator to Brock Lesnar is hilarious to me. I don't know why.
He marched in Heyman's locker room for a heart-to-heart talk. Paul worried that Lesnar is damaged after Hell in a Cell, won't be able to beat Brock Lesnar Survivor Series. Yes, the same Big Show who lost to everybody over the previous 2 years. Yeah, that Big Show.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Speaking of the Big Show versus Rikishi, well, before we get to that, I say, looking back, Heyman was foreshadowing the fuck out of his heel turn on Brock, boy.
Yeah, he was.
Because he was like, you just can't beat him. He's like, this is why the people like me make the decisions for people like you. I was like, oh,
right. Like, that man an idiot.
What you say about my man's though? So I was like, my first note on this Big Show match is, first and foremost, your man is dressed in like black jeans and a blank black tee. What the fuck's going on here? Why does he have that ridiculous handlebar mustache? What's going on with that? Like,
I put Big Show's going through some serious bad character progression right now.
I was like, Big Show got the cop haircut.
I was like, no, officer, I will not take my hands off the wheel.
Big Show pulled me over. I'm just getting right with God, because no way I come out of that situation alive. However, Big Show recently traded to Smackdown and is getting a rapid rebuild after about 2 solid years of jobbing and yucking it up in the mid card. Rikishi quickly super kick showed through the ropes. I said, well, Rikishi throwing the quick super kick party. Oh shit, get down, Keish. Oh, crazy. So he kicks Big Show to the ropes. Big Show throws Rikishi into the ring post and chops his chest. And at this point, he just starts beating the shit out of Rikishi. We get the motherfucking Rikishi bump. I say, Rikishi clothesline twisty flip up. So Big Show ends up winning that match in landslide. And I was like, he gassed as fuck trying to cut this after-match promo.
Right.
This terrible after-match promo.
I put Show. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out.
So he calls out Lesnar, little man Lesnar, so he can show him what he's capable of. Heyman employs Lesnar not to take the bait. After commercial, Big Show's threatening to hijack the show. Until he gets Lesnar, we're treated to footage of Show tossing The Undertaker off the stage onto a hard-looking equipment area from last week. Big Show brags that he took out The Undertaker after Lesnar cannot, and he cannot be beaten. Brock Lesnar finally arrives, and Taz goes, well, here come the pain. Best catchphrase not used by a wrestler ever.
I said all this episode is making me want to do is play Smackdown. Here comes the pain.
It also made me want to do that. It made me go, God damn, I need to find an emulator somewhere. So, like I was just itching. Like easily easily the best catchphrase you can give a superstar like that. You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker was like, well, they called him the next big thing, but it was like, all right, after a certain period of time, you got to give him something different because he's not the next big thing. He is the big thing right now.
Right.
So it's like, when that motherfucker came out as undisputed champion, Ted's like, whoop, here come the pain. I was like, oh, that's Eric Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
I said, where was it? Nah, we'll get to it later. I guess I'll say it later. But yeah, so Brock, like, he was like, I agree. We can agree on one thing. You're a giant. He was like, a giant piece of, and he paused it, like he didn't want to say it. And then the crowd's like, oh! No. And then finally he's like, shit. And I had to pause the game for like a good 3 minutes, dog. I was howling, bro. So then it goes back. It goes backstage to Tori Wilson warming up. I was like, "Do you have to seductively stretch my like?" Meanwhile, Vince is like, "You're goddamn right, she does."
I put. Go ahead, get ready for that match, honey. Do what you gotta do.
It was fine that she was getting ready for the match, but did the cameraman also have to get ready for a match too? Like, come on, bro. Like,
he's just getting paid.
Did not have to start at her asshole while she's stretching me. Like, goddamn. I know what she had for dinner that night.
Listen, Vince said, if you don't get the butthole, you're not doing it right.
Oh, dear God, that sick fuck. However, yeah. So Show backed up, saying that he had been advised not to beat Lesnar's ass till Survivor Series, which was good foreshadowing, as Paul would end up siding with him. I didn't even realize that as I was watching. I was like, what the fuck do you mean advised, nigga? You've been hijacking the show this entire time, and then Brock finally comes out, and you're like, on second thought, I was advised not to. What the fuck is going on here? But it makes sense. I was like, so dude goes, the writer goes, it's funny. I hated this feud in live time. I was 18. Compared to what we normally see on WWE in 2020, this was a solid build. He's right.
Yeah.
However, we finally get to the trick or treat match. Dawn Marie versus Tori Wilson. This is Evil Sexy Cop versus Warrior Princess. Oh, that's what it is. And they're fighting by the pool of gut, where there's also a table of party food. They throw some pies, and Tori tackles Dawn into the pool, and they get it on. I said, Dawn Marie coming out. Cole. Dawn Marie is making the dead come alive. Taz. Something's coming alive. Hey, man.
I put, this is what we like to see. Yes, sir.
Kenny just sitting there like,
yeah, that's what I said. Yes, sir.
You know, the Jack Nicholson died and shit with the smile. Yes. He's sick of. I was like, Al Wilson probably watching this doing the motherfucking Larry David gift from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I was a complete creep watching this match. I am not gonna lie to you. I was like, Dawn Marie got the yeeks, boy.
Hey, nah. I had a literal note that said, "Shout out to Dawn Marie." That is for fucking true. If they're me and Kenny do not, ladies and gentlemen, me and Kenny don't agree on a lot of things. We agree on a lot of things. One thing that we certainly will undisputedly agree on forever, Dawn Marie, and that's for true.
For true.
Tammy Lynn, bitch, forever. So, also Taz in commentary, police in Red Hook don't wear leather hats, but that's another story. I said, wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, what are you talking about over there, Taz? Talking crazy.
Right, big crazy.
The ref was having too much fucking fun in this match too. It's like this is your spot here, buddy.
That man they had a spot when they like fell in the pool and the referee just like grabs on like, oh, I'm rolling too.
Oh, break it up. Oh.
Like he having too much fun right now.
Those are their professionalism, ref.
And I put if I was in the same position, I probably would do the same thing. Am I proud of it? No. Is it true? Yes.
Always your honest with yourself. It's like, it ain't my place. I'm just doing my record from outside the pool. However, they throw some positive tackles Don into the pool. Wilson actually hits a vertical suplex before pulling Don's jacket off for some choking. Referee gets pulled into the pool and they roll around. And I'm praying that no one in my household catches me watching this. Yeah, fair enough. Side note, that's when I wrote the note. Shout out to Don Marie because the bra and panties. It was like, well, Don Marie is down to her bra and panties, but this isn't a bra and panties match. This falls count anywhere. You have to win by a pin anywhere. I was like, yeah, well, we're here, so let's mark here because Don Marie, boy. Yeah. I don't usually like, listen, Don Marie had that type of body back in the day where it was like, all right, it's like a female white woman, but she also had some wagon back there too. You know what I mean? So it was like she had that MILF appeal. If you will. So she was the perfect like character to play for Tori Wilson's foil overall. Right. But was she also bad as fuck to look at. Golly. We used to ogle Tori Wilson like, yeah, Tori Wilson. We were ready to risk it all for Tori Wilson, was we not? But then Don Marie came along and Stacy's mom started playing and shit. So however, Tori gets a quick roll up on the concrete at like 2 minutes into this match. And Tori throws Tony Chimmel into the pool. Why? For reasons. This was sleazy. All right, so the winner ended up being Tori Wilson. It was what it was. Yeah,
I said Tori Wilson wins the match, but the real winners are us.
Meanwhile, I said, fun fact, Tori's entrance music, sung by Lillian Garcia.
Yes.
In case you didn't know. Back at the party, Mae Young and Moolah won't let go of Tajiri. Ew. Suddenly, the lights go out, and Matt Hardy 1.0 appears with a boombox. Oh, yeah! That gas.
I said Matt Hardy blasting his theme song is hilarious to me, and I can't get enough of it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to what I said in a moment. He wants to eject the party with a dose of attitude. He chews Tajiri out for flirting with the old women instead of preparing for their match, and rips off his afro wig. Mae Young stands up for her boyfriend and lays a kiss on the lucky guy. So I said, so this motherfucker Matt Hardy called Mae and Moolah version BC. That's such a tremendous line. So meanwhile, Eddie almost pulled up on Stephanie until Chavo stopped him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you're my boss." Fair enough. Later at the party, Jamie Noble gets overexcited about some bobbing for apples and accidentally bumps Stephanie, who is a shockingly good sport about it. She's chatting with Los Guerreros, who are lobbying for a tag title shot. She'll think about it, but gets interrupted by Vanilla Ice Cena. She doesn't like his rap too much. Nah, the face told me different. So he grumpily tells her that her man has to see her in her office. I go, John Cena doing a rap about Vince. Stephanie would feel some shit like that. Fucking dork.
Yeah. What? At least.
She had that look. She's like, but I don't know what you're talking about. Like, all right. You could have just sat blank stare. You could have no sold that shit. But yeah, so damn. What else happens? Oh, right. I said this in reference to Vince being here. I said, stop acting like Vince wasn't there every other week because the ratings haven't been hitting on what it used to be. And he thinks him being on screen is going to fix it. Jigs up. That's what I mean. There you go. So finally, we get Matt Hardy version 1.0 versus Tajiri. I said, and this is what I was referring to, Matt Hardy's entrance was the coolest thing about that V1 gimmick, and Kenny is liable to like the entire gimmick. He is a Disco Inferno
fan. I said, I don't care what no one says. This V1 gimmick was gold. Oh yeah! Woo!
I wrote down the Matty facts actually. One, he always gets more Halloween candy than Jeff. And he has seen all of the Friday the 13th movies. I said the women's love them some Jeff Hardy though, so who really won here?
I is a tornado.
And now that I think about it, Rebby Hardy is how the West was won for Matt. So fair point.
And if you want to be really petty, no, I'm not to do that. That's not right to make fun of that.
Yeah, we're gonna move on there.
That'd be wise.
They refer to Mae Young on commentary as like, Mae Young is not a girl. She's an ancient relic. I said, I miss Mae. Moolah, not so much. However, we get into the match. Hardy hits a quick arm drag and showboats for the crowd. Jerry flips out of a wrist lock and mocks Hardy celebrating. Jerry was funny as hell, bro. And that motherfucking buzzsaw kick was vicious. Yo, Tajiri was actually fun to watch growing up. Matt talks some trash. Tajiri hits a buzzsaw kick to the head. That shit was mean. Followed by a side moonsault to ringside. Matt recovers with a side effect for 2. Matt drives an elbow into Tajiri and a slam and applies a cravat, DDT or whatever. Tajiri breaks out, but Matt cuts him off, but misses a flying leg drop. They trade punches on their knees until Tajiri explodes to a drop kick to the face and back handspring elbow. Tajiri's buzzsaw kick gets a good near fall. Matt blocks the tarantula and hits a German suplex for 2. Tajiri tries again and applies the tarantula. Nails it. Matt blocks a kick and needs a low blow in order to hit the twist of fate to win at 7 minutes and 38 minutes. Nice, short and sweet match. However, Stephanie goes into her father's office only to find a figure in a Mr. McMahon mask. Vince claims that free agent Steiner will be joining Raw, not SmackDown, and reveals to be Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff blocks a slap from Stephanie, and I added my notes. Just a friendly reminder. Bischoff at this time, 45, 46 years old. Stephanie, 26. Yeah, disgusting.
I put Eric catching Stephanie Tan and kissing her is really wild. And then I put, but the fact that she liked it is squeezing wilder.
I'll give you to the wildest part in a minute. And forces a kiss on Steph, and she seems to resist, but then give into it. Eric leaves Steph to ponder what just happened. This should have been a huge angle, and massive development in the Raw versus SmackDown rivalry. But here's the even wildest part. Nope, this absolutely went nowhere. I don't recall it ever being brought up again ever in any meaningful fashion. This is just a shocking scene for the sake of shock value. Yeah, they never brought it up ever again. It was never talked about.
Oh, I don't know about that. I put no lie, Stephanie was just sexy back then. Them titties was tittying. I don't know what happened to her.
Hey, all right, them titties are still titty on a good day. Don't you fuck with Stephanie McMahon like that. Stephanie McMahon, good milk.
Oh my god.
I gotta chill.
Yeah, you do.
So commentary during that Tajiri and Matt Hardy match. Taz goes, Zor's like a Mexican superhero, right? And Cole goes, yeah. Taz goes, kind of like Captain America. Cole goes, what? So there was one point where Cole goes, and Matt Hardy's pompous parading around the ring may have cost him. Taz goes, he landed on his pompous.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck, Taz? Wow. Yeah, I know spit, bro. So we get into the Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle match. And with that, we get our second SmackDown 6 match of the night. I said, not sure what WWE era of Eddie was better, Latino Heat or Latch Heat Still.
Can't pick.
It's hard to pick.
Yeah, I'm not picking.
However, the trade holds while the crowd gets behind Angle with an Eddie chance, Eddie sucks chance. It's a lot going on in this match, to be honest, to run through. However, we'll get to the most relevant part in this match where we get to the brain buster by Guerrero, but Angle shoves the ref into Guerrero to block a frog splash. Angle knocks out an interfering Chavo from off the apron, but then Chris Benoit sneaks in to sabotage his own partner, and then Eddie cleans up by hitting the frog splash to win at 13 minutes and 22 seconds. So editor's note was, yeah, they just went out there and had a fucking match because they could. Incredible match, jamming out there. Then not only that, at the end of the match, Benoit clocks Los Guerreros with the tag team title and seems very pleased with himself because of it. I said, Benoit interfering in Angle's match, completely reasonable. I said, the times are good. Eddie's still here with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the happiest Benoit's been at this point. You know what I'm saying? This is a high point in Benoit's career. Right. However, backstage after the match, the Halloween party rages on. Kurt Angle sours the mood to complain about his bad night. He throws Shannon Moore into a table because that's what you get for being fucking Shannon Moore. Fuck that guy. He fed up, dog. Fucking up the party looking for Benoit. You see Ghostface like, oh, real fucking cute. He rips off the mask. Turns out it's Brother Love. I love you. God damn it, Pritchard. Fuck off. So
right. And then I put, how you gonna paint your face but not even paint your neck enough to match your face?
Right. So the real Benoit jumps Kurt from behind and puts him in a crossface. Angle reverses it into an ankle lock. And then, oh my gosh. Probably the like high point of this entire fate, because this was a like crippler crossface and then ankle lock, but then they really started like it seemed like they were really fighting each other. Like this was a shoot fight.
Right.
So we get to a point where Angle like knock down Benoit, and Benoit like, you know, finds a beer bottle and just like cradles that shit real quick. Like he just tucks it away like under him. And when Angle picked this motherfucker up for the Angle slam, Angle pulls him up, gets him up, and at the apex of that motherfucking slam, Benoit say, "Mom!" right upside Angle's head to the point where like he already at the apex of the slam. So when he got hit, it's like boom, he just like fell and followed through with the rest of the slam. But he was knocked the fuck out. Nah, that's how you finish a fade. That was bellissimo. So, god damn, that was awesome. So, yeah, both guys are down. And this was seriously excellent. I don't know why I didn't like this more than when I was 18. Motherfucker, I remember that shit, and I loved every minute of it. So finally, we get to Rey Mysterio versus WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, who's with Paul Heyman. I said, jumping from the stage entrance. Here it goes. Oh, yeah, I got hype for that one. Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y, Mr. Reed.
I was like, man, what it used to be. Now, he's just doing diving gut dives. You hate to see it.
I don't mind. I still fuck with Rey Mysterio. That's my guy. I said, we might got to refer to Lesnar as the Pain in this era. And then I said, the Beast up to last year. And these days, Brock Bunyan.
Lumberjack, man.
The
Lumberjack, man.
So first full minute of this match, Brock is chasing Mysterio around and occasionally catching him slipping before Mysterio reverses Brock's next move. So Brock chasing Rey around the like perimeter of the ring. This asshole Rey Mysterio hops over the stairs and hides. Motherfucker Brock stops and laughs. Shit, I laughed with this motherfucker Brock. I said, really, motherfucker? Are you serious? I said, what the fuck is going on? However, the Pain kicks the stairs. No Mysterio. Cole goes, wait a minute. Where the hell did Mysterio go? Taz goes, it's a mystery. Get it? I said, fucking hate you, Taz. It's a mystery, butter. So Brock pretty much, so fucking Mysterio winds up on the top rope and like West Coast pops Lesnar onto the floor. This motherfucker Brock pretty much bounces off the floor and lands back on his feet after Mysterio pops off of him, dog. I was like, he knows something. Fuck out that joke. So then, Rey Mysterio tried to do that shit again, and the Pain catches Mysterio in the powerbomb lift. Ew, bing! Never gets old. Swing into the motherfucking ring post. Hey, you remember that one time Rey was in a stretcher and Brock swung him into the post like he was trying to clear the Green Monster at Fenway? Oh my god! Your man said, I said, Rey Mysterio, 175 pounds. He's a middleweight essentially. That's what makes him funnier. However, so yeah. Brock stretches Rey over his back before hitting him with a power slam. Overhead release suplex by Brock, but he misses a head of steam. And Rey lights him up with rapid drop kicks. 619, bang! Right? Then he goes for it again. Oh no, wait. All right, now I know where I'm at. All right, so yeah, so he goes for it again. And when he goes for the, barrage of rapid drop kicks and shit, he goes for the 619 one more time. And as he's like running, like he starts running or whatever, right? And then he hit that motherfucking, the little like between the ropes leg swing. He was like, ew. This Big Show caught his ass mid swing. And picks this motherfucker Rey Mysterio up, like he catches him, right? And like tosses him up in a military slam. And I'm not exaggerating, my nigga. You know I'm not. I'm telling the audience I'm not exaggerating this. This motherfucker Big Show tossed Rey Mysterio into the goddamn 6th row. All right? I'm not making this up. This isn't an exaggeration. His motherfucking ass tossed Rey with height with velocity into the 6th row. This motherfucking Ray like ballooned over. It was like watching it in slow motion, and he ended up getting like caught like a stage dive, luckily. But my God.
Right.
So then no, like I'll never forget that shit. However, attention turns to Brock Lesnar, and they start running the fade. This motherfucking Big Show lifts Brock Lesnar up to choke slam him, and Brock shoots up too high to the point where there's like a Big Show loses his grip on Brock's neck, and this motherfucker Brock like is still like he still hasn't reached the apex of his jump. So it's like he's still going through the choke slam motion. You're man like this, and the hand is off the neck, but he's still like leaning back like it's a choke slam. This motherfucking Big Show had to like catch him by the waist and finish like that. I said, God damn, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. Excellent episode. A+ overall. You take away that Don Marie, final thought from the editor. You take away the Don Marie and Tori Wilson fiasco. This was an excellent Dynamite-like episode of Smackdown. The Halloween party segments gradually morphed from throwaway yucks to compelling character development segments. The in-ring action was good to great, and the booking got everyone over. Of course, Paul Heyman would get demoted by January or so, ending this hot run for the Blue Brand. I heavily recommend that you check out this surprisingly great piece of Halloween Havoc, and we did so. Kenny, this episode was fucking madness, all right? And there are few episodes of wrestling that followed after that. You had an episode of ECW in 2007, and you had a episode of, I want to say, like TNA from 2005, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the bottom line is that like you don't get Halloween episodes like that anymore, and it would be dope to get something like that these days. But what are you gonna do about it? We got Halloween NXT, so I guess we'll take that.
Yeah, yes.
And with Halloween themed episodes, Halloween party backstage segments are always fun, especially if you can develop characters out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or not even develop characters, develop character angles for that night. Like, they're not just sitting there. It's not just everybody being extras and partying. You actually have some people at the party that got like beef, or you got people at the party that like is trying to cause mischief or trying to like get into something like Tajiri and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Right. That's what makes it. That's what makes those segments less dreadful and much more fun to enjoy in between the matches. Then not only that, the matches fucked hard. So nice balance of like 10 to 15 minute matches and 5 to 7 minute matches and 2 to 3 minute matches. Again, you take away that motherfucking that Don Marie and Tori Wilson fiasco. Hell of an episode. Or you actually put them in the ring and actually do something. Think about Tori Wilson at that time. Tori Wilson was actually trying to, wrestle. She was like, starting to transform out of the whole, girl next door manager role bit. And she was actually trying to put in work in the ring. And anytime we watched the Tori Wilson match during that time, you could tell she was working. Right. That's why I was going to watch Tori Wilson low key. Other than the fact that she was hot, she was actually working. People actually appreciated that back in the day. Everyone but the company for real. But it is what it is. However, What were you saying about Halloween candies?
Ranking them, but now I don't feel like it because I'm very hot. It just got extremely humid in my room.
Well,
Listen, I don't enjoy being uncomfortable. All right. I hate my room sometimes. Like, you ever been like somewhere and like in your room and you just like randomly get hot? You probably haven't because you know you live in a good place, you know, where you got your own air and things like that. Me, I can't control my own air, so it's always hot.
uh, our air conditioning unit is currently out of service. We are getting a guy to come in to fix that tomorrow. But I've been managing very well because I have a space heater and I have a fan. So whichever feeling I want to feel like, I'll just go accordingly. Then I could always open a window. So
That don't
not,
work over here.
no.
You keep talking about these luxuries that Montgomery County has. I live in PG County. Okay, it does not work that way, right? I have a fan, yes, but would you know that fan doesn't do a good enough job? And it's a box fan. What?
I got a box fan too.
Exactly. It means it's supposed to work, right? But it doesn't.
It does. Works enough.
All right, final thoughts. I'm sick of this.
I was really down with ranking candies. Like, this is a Halloween episode, and you can't cool down.
No, I cannot. This sucks. I've been ducking. When you see me do this, that's me ducking in front of the fan.
Yeah, well, I guess my final thought is this.
My back is sweating.
Please send all your candies to 1AC. No.
What?
I personally think the whole, people are putting stuff in the candy bin is overrated, but still, it's always better safe than sorry to check your children's candy, of course. Everybody remember that as of, I guess, as of you listening to or watching this podcast episode, Halloween and candy is half off. So do what thou will with that information. I'm going to take advantage of that tomorrow. Why? Because there's going to be kids out here by the time I finish recording this episode. I don't want to be driving slow around a bunch of people trying to get across the street to get to other houses, hit houses and shit like that. I'm not trying to fuck up y'all's vibe, trying to catch my vibe. So it's like, I'm be in the house chilling. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also, one more thing. Two more things, actually. Number one, if you aren't giving out candy, turn off your fucking porch light. Or at least leave a note. Hey, we're not handing out candy this year, bro. Something like that. Number two, there are children with, I guess you could say, jack-o'-lantern pails for their candy. They may be of different colors aside from your average orange or even your occasional green. I know some people have sometimes. Some of them may be like a light blue. That's a signal that the child is on the spectrum, autistic. Respect that. Bottom line, if just let them do them. If they feel comfortable with taking candy from you, let it go down. If they're not comfortable with it, don't get offended or anything like that. They take too long in doing and grabbing a candy, don't get upset. That's just how they get down sometimes. Like, they They just processing things. So let them do them and respect the agency. And let's all have a fun ass trick or treat night, I guess you could say. Kenny? Well,
Two things. One, don't come to my house because I don't have no candy, bro. I don't do that. Not anymore. There's too much stuff going on. There's too much stuff going on with candies. And I don't want nobody, kids, feeling uncomfortable. So for me, I just don't pass it out. And plus, my apartment complex does kind of do things at the little community center that we have. So no one comes knocks on my door anyway. Number two, if you are an adult for Halloween and you married or you have a girlfriend, as a man, you say, hey, Granny, why don't we skip the pleasantries and I just hit you with my pixie stick?
that's not what you say, Kenny. Stop with these terrible punchlines.
What if I have two pixie sticks?
Just kidding. Right? So
Would it have been better if I had a Chico stick?
terrifying the hoes.
How? No. No, not terrifying the hoes because they're married or in a relationship. So to them, it'd be funny, not for a random woman.
All right. I guess that's different. Yeah.
See, listening is the key part of this joke. Not listening. With that being said, my name is Kenneth
Tell her
Whitaker.
she can get every inch of this Snickers and then snicker and then just walk to the bed. There you go. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Or Ski-Yo, you're quite fine. You're thicker than a Snickers. I can make you bite size. I'm flu shit.
That may be worse than my joke.
You may be worse than my joke.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. With that being said, my name is Kenneth Whitaker, aka Solo. The original owner of Millennium Falcon. I've been buying this thing for a very long time. Through bad Halloween jokes and all. We gotta give you some bad Halloween jokes. It wouldn't be us. We didn't give you bad Halloween jokes.
Skidoo, 24, 25. I wonder who dressed their kids as Mr. Burns for Halloween.
Wow. Air traffic control. We have candy coming in. Make sure it's not disgusting types. Over. Candy apples are not candies. Don't pass out candy apples.
Hold on now. Wait a minute.
And when I mean candy apples, I mean apples that are not covered in caramel glaze. Apples are not candy.
Oh.
They pass out apples and try to call it candy apple. It's not a candy apple.
Don't you dare fucking give me an apple, all right? Don't even, if you're going to give me a candy apple, you make sure there's either a candied or a caramel topping over the entire.
And adults like cheese nips.
Toppings like walnuts or sprinkles or some shit over that. All right. If you just give me a straight up apple in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to throw them at your house.
Right. And adults like cheese nips, not kids. Don't give kids cheese nips for candy.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought I just assumed that the cheese is for the adults, and they just said a little something for the adults. You know what I'm saying?
No, they give kids them cheese nips. Kids don't want bread; they want sweets or candy and Halloween.
Also, what are the odds? Well, with me growing up, I would get the occasional Cheez-Its or cheese nips, but it was like maybe one, maybe two bags, depending on how long I was out that night. How often are you seeing Cheez-Its coming in trick or treat bags?
I see it a lot. I went trick or treating on base. Okay, A lot of Caucasian people were giving out cheese nips and freaking Lorna Doones. No, I like Lorna Doones, but not for Halloween. Okay, we want chocolate.
They say you gonna hold these
and Starbursts. We want things that give us cavities. Okay?
I want my teeth to rot, motherfucker.
Right, that's what they want. Give them what they want. I mean, AKA Last Black Jedi. Do not. There is no try. Like, if you try to give me an apple for Halloween, I will chuck it back at your head.
Yeah, that's for true.
Yeah, we don't want that. Do not give them kids fruit. I'm not playing with you. Huh.
Fuck that.
How do you
same reaction applies to raisins. I will throw them in the house.
How do you live yourself? How do you look yourself in the mirror if you give kids raisins for Halloween? What's wrong with you? You should really evaluate your morals at that point. Okay? Seriously. Like, this is not a joke. Okay, we're not playing around. We're serious.
This is nature's candy. I don't want nature's candy.
Right. I want manufactured, man-made, sugar-infested candy.
That shit wasn't made in a motherfucking machine in a fucking warehouse. I don't want it.
Right. AKA Mr. Go Slick Baka. What are you wearing? It's a vest, dumbass. I'm trying to look older. AKA Nacho Man, I'm a savage. Oh, yeah. See, the one thing I always enjoyed about Halloween is that everybody always thought the Nacho Man was giving out candy. Yeah, but the Nacho Man doesn't just give out candy. No. I have a smorgasbord of different delicacies like, nachos and Slim Jims, maybe the occasional piece of fried chicken, because I like a nice fried chicken with my Halloween time. It's not always just about candy. Sometimes you gotta know what kind of gift to give the kids. If I see a particularly bad kid wearing a Hogan shirt, I might just give them a bag of Raisinets shit, because the Nacho Man, Mean Gene, doesn't necessarily like Hogan, just like the Nacho Man doesn't like Thoughts, Mean Gene, and I thought would try to take her Halloween candy pot, and when they take that Halloween candy pot, try to get in the Nacho Man's top all the way to the top with a mean elbow drop. Oh, yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, dressed as himself for Halloween. That's not a costume. That's a gimmick. Back to you, Gorilla.
Who smashed my jack-o'-lantern? Yeah. AKA the very sexual, the very toy.
Very toy dish.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Oh.
Look, everyone. I'm number one. Nice to meet you. I'm number two. Nice to meet you, number two. But this year, I'm going to be known as the International Man of Mystery. Bug off. Ah! Who throws a cupcake? Honestly.
Here's a fair question. However, to bring it on home, my name is Carlos Crawford, aka dressed as Shane McMahon while Kenny cuts a promo dressed as Vince. It's Chin Music Charlie.
Stop it!
AKA Old Stone Cold. We're gonna go out there and disrespect.
What?
We're gonna disrespect.
What?
We're gonna disrespect all over the dead man's ass. Can you read my lips?
What?
Did you?
What?
I said D.
What?
I
What?
S
What?
R
What?
E
What?
S
What?
D
What?
E
What?
D
What?
D. Ain't that how you spell disrespect?
What? I can't believe you dug that one up, buddy. I forgot about
AKA Snack Miller. Virgin there. Phone ain't getting service there. Mercamith for person, speak a word or stare. Nobody move. Leave these bitches bloody bruised. Here to murder me, you, your mama, and your cousin too. It's nothing new. Simply we don't fuck with you. AKA. Now, how the hell did that happen? Because, and where's my remote? Why am I losing things? Right. AKA. Now on the mound, John Smokes. Smokes looking to put the game away at the top of the ninth with 2 outs and no man on base. He finishes his L. He winds up and a sinker low in the middle hands him the W in the series.
What a way to smoke them out.
AKA the idiom savant. Man, he used to go to extra mile with Halloween episodes, huh?
Yeah.
That's the idiom. Go the extra mile.
Right.
AKA never miss it. Never miss it, Ernest. Come on, girl. I know she's in this area. Bingo. Hey! You look familiar. Who the hell are the last bitch you see before seeing Satan? That boy better have taken that leader down. I know we won't raise him well enough. Okay. Where are you, Jose? You're the only idiot with an eye patch. How cliche villain can you really get? Right out the front door. Oh, this is going to be easy. Shit. Couldn't react fast enough after seeing me. Next motherfucker he's seeing is Satan. And ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 161. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Follow us on Twitter.
And above all else, watch the fucking product.
Correct. We've been doing this for a minute now, y'all.
Yeah, we have been doing it for a minute.
Dang, been a long time. Should have left you out of dope, eat, step to. That's all.
All right, whatever, nigga. Sun's still out right now. It hasn't fully set yet. I don't see any kids outside. We're going to make this move to a dollar store or something. We off this.
Yeah.